I literally had to have a dedicated freezer, like, because the regular freezers in my house were not going to do it. I had to buy a dedicated freezer and store breast milk. That was how big and how huge I was producing. And if you're interested in knowing how you can be able to do the same thing, be sure to watch this video to the end, because I'm going to be dropping every razzle dazzle as we go. So let's get to it. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking this video, and to my subscribers, you guys are the MVP. God bless you so much for clicking this video. God bless you for subscribing. God bless you for believing in me, even though I don't know what I'm doing in this YouTube yet. Thank you so much. I do not take it for granted. So if you click this video, you're probably an expectant mom or a new mom, and you want to know how you can increase your milk supply, your breast milk supply. This video is for you, because I'm the plug. I am the right person for this. So as a mom to 2 babies, I've successfully nursed my babies exclusively. I'm talking exclusively, no nothing, to about 6 months plus, and I'm still nursing the 2nd baby exclusively right now. So I know how it feels for a mom to be able to provide breast milk for their baby. Guys, there is so much that we new moms, or we moms, are not told about pregnancy and breastfeeding and all of the things that comes with it, you know, because people think that we should just know, we are women, we should just, you know, we should just figure these things out. And when the push comes to shove, you find out a lot of women might be down and sad and wondering, okay, why am I not providing enough breast milk for my child? You know, next thing you know, you're almost depressed, or you're feeling really sad, and you think it's a dent on your motherhood. And I'm here to tell you, per usual, the fact that you're watching this video alone is proof enough that you're a good mom, because you're taking out time to try and discover ways to increase your breast milk and to better feed your child. So don't even let anything get into your head. Don't let the society get into your head, or you feel, I'm not a good mom, I'm not enough. Let's pause. I want to tell you that you are enough for your baby, and you are already doing your best. Yes, so that being said, something must have brought you to this video as an expectant mom, as a new mom, and I want to take out this time and say, if you're a new mom, please click this link and enjoy all of the things that I did to be able to snap back after having my 2nd baby. So you must have seen signs in your baby or in your body, and you're wondering, maybe I'm not producing enough milk, right? So before we get to all of the good things that you can do to produce better, or to increase your breast milk supply, let us deal with the signs. Something must have triggered you off to think, okay, my milkshake is not getting all the boys to the yard. The first and the most important thing that should make you think that, okay, maybe I'm not producing enough, is baby continuously losing weight. That's like the first and most important and the most reliable thing. So before I continue, I want to put it out there that it is totally normal for a newborn to lose weight after following the first few days of birth, right? It's normal. Relax. If your baby is just 2 days old, relax. Right. So it's totally normal for, at that stage, you know, first few days, for your baby to lose a certain percentage of their birth weight. So it's very totally normal. It's very expected. And then after day 10 to 12, and your baby is still losing weight without gaining, that's when you might know, okay, usually around the second week checkup that you do after birth, doctor's going to check and compare. So if that's the case, they might be like, okay, are you breastfeeding often? What are you giving your baby and all? So if that's the stage that you're in, and your baby is still losing weight, then at that stage, that should tell you, okay, maybe my baby isn't getting enough milk. Okay. The second sign that you can also see that can lead you to think or conclude that your baby isn't getting enough milk is your baby isn't pooing or peeing enough. Guys, you know, like, if you have ever been around a newborn or a baby, you know that all they do is to eat, sleep, and poop and pee. Like, that's their world. That's the beauty. They don't know that adulthood is calm, right? So obviously, if you have a baby and the whole day they're not peeing, you know, they're not peeing often, they're not peeing enough, like a whole day you're seeing your belly seeing a stained diaper, or just, you know, not as frequent, that should, even though that's not 100% proof, it's not a litmus test, right? That's another thing that can lead you to say, okay, maybe something gives, because you have to eat to shit. That's a hook. I didn't even think about it before now. Yeah. The third thing that can also make you think that your baby isn't getting enough milk is your baby isn't content after feeding. Guys, I don't know if you've ever seen how an average or a normal person behaves after they've eaten fried rice and chicken with plantain dodo. Right, this breast milk, right, especially for an exclusively breastfed baby, that is their jollof rice, their Nigerian jollof, that is their plantain, that is their chicken. So imagine you've fed your baby for 20 minutes and more, and your baby is still crunching and still fuzzy and still like, oh, nothing, this woman don't give me nothing, you know. So that's like another sign that something is not adding. It's not adding up. The other thing that you can also see to make you feel that way is the color of your baby's pee. So your baby is not peeing often, and when they pee, the color of the pee is conch yellow. That's a sign, even though it's not 100% reliable. That's something that you can see as a new mom or as a mom, and you're like, okay, something gives. The last thing that you might see as a sign is your baby isn't gulping and swallowing when they nurse. So I don't know if you've seen a hungry baby that is actually breastfeeding and there's a lot of milk. All you can hear is right, and it gets to a point I'm like, Amo, calm down, nobody is rushing this thing with you, relax, suck jeje. And most of the time they kind of, if you're not careful enough, they choke on the breast milk, and you have to, like, you know, raise them up and like pat them on the back and all that. So if that's not happening, you're not seeing your baby and they're just there, you're not hearing a lot of gulping or swallowing, that can trick you off to know that, okay, something gives. I want to put it out there because some of you might be thinking, the fact that you're no more being engorged, because I know the first few days, most women, a lot of women experience engorgement because at that time your baby isn't nursing with the speed that it's being produced, right? So maybe a few days later your body adjusted and you're like, this one I'm no more feeling engorgement, you know. Are you sure that the milkshake is still shaking? Yes, guys, the milkshake is still shaking. It's just that your body has found a way to adjust to the production. So if this is the only sign that you saw, don't panic. Don't panic. You are still producing enough. If you didn't notice your baby losing weight or all the other things I mentioned, relax. Right, so these are some of the signs that you can see. So now that we've addressed the sign, we have to address the cause, because it's one thing about knowing that, okay, this is happening, and maybe knowing the solution to it, but if you don't know the cause, the chances that you might go back to, you know, doing all those things that trigger it and still land into the same problem is very high. So what are the causes of low supply of breast milk? The first and the most common cause of low supply is infrequent feeding. I know, no brainer. So where the body works when it comes to breastfeeding and breast milk production is, the more that the baby nurses, the more the hormone in charge of breast milk production is triggered, and then your body in turn produces more milk, right? So if your baby isn't nursing frequently, right, maybe you have scheduled feeding or you're not always around, no judgments to you, whatever your case might be, that's one of the things that can lead to a drop in your milk supply. The second thing that can lead to a drop in your milk supply is supplementing. Yes, and I'm not even, this video is not about criticizing or saying, oh, breastfeeding is the best, blah, blah, blah. No, you notice that your breast milk seems to be low and you're supplementing. This is something that you might explore. This is an important cause. It's not good, obviously, of low supply, because once you're supplementing, your baby mostly won't be on the breast, because then they are eating the other thing that you're supplementing with, right? Then they are not always on the breast, so the body gets this message, okay, don't bother yourself, this little that you've produced is enough, and then the body relaxes. So after a while, the body kind of just works with what they have and just reduces their production of milk. So yes, that's what happens when you supplement, usually around when the baby is 6 months, or if you've always supplemented, this is something that you're bound to see. The third thing that can cause a decrease in your supply is use of pacifiers, and this is very well linked with the second reason that I just gave, supplementing, because when you give your baby the pacifier, they are really distracted, right? And they just, most times they suckle on the pacifier even though they're not getting fed. They are super distracted by suckling on the pacifier, then they spend less time on the breast. And if you're not paying attention, if you're kind of person that, oh, your baby cries and you don't even pay attention enough to know if they're just crying for comfort or for feeding, you might end up giving pacifier more than is required, and thereby your body's like, okay, this baby has not lost in so and so hours. The other cause of a low supply is ineffective feeding. Guys, this is very big. I experienced this. So as a new mom, if you're not careful, you're going to feed ineffectively if you're not conscious. So some of the things that you might do when you do this is like you feed from just one boobs. There's a reason why it's two boobs, two breasts, right? So if you're not mindful, you end up just being positively biased towards one breast. This particular one happened to me. I'm right-handed, so I kind of just fondly got positively biased towards feeding the baby from the left breast because it was easier for me to handle and maneuver all the maneuvering that you need to do when breastfeeding. Come on. If you see what happened, the other breast that I was neglecting gave up. It's retired. It hung the belt. Like, I ended up having 1.5 breasts. Yes, of course it changes once you're done nursing, but during that period when you're nursing actively, the other one that you've neglected just retires. It kind of produces almost nothing compared to the other one that you're actively nursing the baby, right? The other thing that you can do ineffectively is positioning of the baby. So if you're not conscious enough to position your baby properly in such a way that your baby is comfortable and relaxed while nursing, this can lead to your baby not nursing for long enough. Because if you're feeding and someone twists your neck and you're not comfortable, just hurry up and be done with it. But if your baby is relaxed and comfortable because of the position and the placement, they're just going to relax and just cuckoo nurse till I think that can lead to sleepy baby. Maybe you wake up your baby to nurse and the baby is not yet done with sleeping and they're like, nodding off on the boobs and all of that. So you definitely need to look out for a sleepy baby. You can wipe them down and make sure that your baby is well alert so that they can be able to drain all of the goodies, all of the milkshake that your body has produced at every feeding. You don't want the baby feeding almost next to nothing. So your body just reads, this one I'm producing 10 ounces and this baby is barely taking 3. That means the other 7 is not needed. I don't know if you get the drill now, right? The 5th thing, right? The way I used to lose count. Remember how I made it through school? The 5th thing that can reduce your supply is lifestyle. Yes, lifestyle. Every small thing, lifestyle is always indicated, right? Because this breast milk is not flowing from heaven. It's not flowing from stream. It's flowing from your body. So some of the things that you do as a person obviously will affect the body's ability to produce milk. Studies have linked smokers and regular alcohol intakers, alcoholics, to reduce breast milk, right? And also some estrogen-based contraceptive. Yes, I know, because most people might not pay a lot of attention to this, but if you're a nursing mom, you definitely need to look out to be sure that your body isn't on estrogen blocker. That's not like the method of contraceptive that you're using, because it plays a lot of important part in breast milk production. So if you're using a contraceptive, what kind of erotic girl is this? That block that out, it definitely would negatively impact on your breast milk production. So definitely look into that. The 6th thing, guys, is health of the mother and health of the baby. So I'm merging these two things together, right? So if, for instance, your baby was born prematured, so they spend a little bit of time in what they call that thing, in incubator or like in near ICU being taken care of. That way your body isn't getting off producing milk ASAP, right? Because your baby isn't nursing from the jump, or your baby has a tongue tie and your baby isn't extracting enough milk from your breast. These are some of the things that can read the body to like slow down and just relax, right? And also the health of the mom. So if you as a nursing mom, you have a cold or you have an ailment, your body does not prioritize nursing, right? So that would lead to a temporal drop in your milk supply. So if you recently had a flu or you're still sick and you've noticed that your milk supply seems to have decrease, that's fine. Your body is working towards getting you better more than it feels working towards producing more milk. I don't know if that makes sense, right? So now that we have known the signs and the causes, let us go straight to the solution, because you know me, in this YouTube channel, we are not concerned about scaring you guys with the problem. We like solution. Amen. Right, so now before we get to this part, I want you to take a pause. If you're not subscribed, please take a split second and click the subscribe button and support this channel. Thank you. So yes, now that we have done all that, how was I able to pump almost 75,000 ml in about 2.5 months? Yes, I did that. I'm not gonna lie, I literally had to have a dedicated freezer, like, because the regular freezers in my house were not going to do it. I had to buy a dedicated freezer and store breast milk. That was how big and how huge I was producing. There were days I would produce in each sitting like 2 to 3 sachets of 6 ml of breast milk. That was how, like, it's called milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Right, so I was really producing, like I was a Milky Way, guys. So how was I able to do that? Of course, people are always going to say, oh, some people just have the genes, some people just have the this, and I don't dispute that. Some people have some genetic makeup that even scientists are yet to discover. That's fine. But some things that you do or you can do that can encourage, that can, facilitate more milk. And one of those things, and I swear by it, is what? Frequent feeding. Like I explained before, you nurse more, you produce more. Simple math. Demand and supply. Here they would advise you to nurse every 3 hours, but I find out that most times I always have my nipple in baby's mouth. Like, give them the nipple, give them the nipple, give them the nipple, let them feed anytime you can, so this means that we should do away with scheduled feeding, just nurse anytime that the baby wants. Let the baby determine nursing session. Nurse frequently, guys. Nurse at all times, nurse at all seasons. Make up reasons to nurse. You can say, okay, in between the 2-3 hours you can give them a nipple and call it snack. At night you can wake them up and give them drink food. Whatever reason you want to make up to have your nipple in the baby's mouth and breastfeed would definitely work towards increasing your supply. So this is one of the things I strongly swear by. My first baby was nursing every 2 hours. The young man, once he's 2 hours after he nurses, he will wake up and start looking for milk. So I didn't even have to have an alarm clock. He was my alarm clock. It was obviously exhausting, right? But yes, I noticed that it really did help the production, because as he was nursing and demanding more from my body was obviously producing more. The second thing that can help you increase your milk supply is skin to skin, guys, and this is especially important the first few days. So here, when you give birth, they encourage you to just forget about wearing clothes. That's not the priority right now. Just relax, do a lot of skin to skin with your baby the first few days. That way, it right off the bat encourages your body to produce more milk for this baby, because the hormone that is released from skin to skin plays a huge role in production of breast milk. The third thing that you can do to increase your milk supply is massage and compression. Amen. Why am I like this? Right, you can massage and compress your breast. If you're interested in seeing a video of both massaging and compressing and how to position and feed the baby, leave a comment below and we can get to that. So yeah, but you can literally massage and compress your breast. It helps to release the already produced milk and express it out, and send one message to your body to produce more. So the first thing you can do is effective feeding, guys. Effective, not just be feeding, effective feeding. This includes feeding for a reasonable amount of time. If you can, don't rush your baby. Let your baby determine how long they want to feed. Okay, don't be like, okay, 5 minutes. No, the ideal thing that my doctor told me was 20 minutes, 10 minutes on each breast, which brings about the second other thing that you should consider in effective feeding from both breasts, guys. Very important. And I know that it's not always easy, so in order to help you remember, I strongly advise you get a band. It doesn't have to be fancy, it can just be one of those rubber bands you get from a store, put it on the hand that you're about to nurse with. So that way, when you want to nurse the next time, you see the band on that hand and be like, okay, I just nurse from this breast, and then you proceed to put it on this hand and nurse on that breast. Just anything to actively help you remember not to focus on one breast, because the other breast will give up. You would retire, and you don't want that to happen, guys. Speaking from experience, run. So another thing you can do to effectively breastfeed your baby is to make sure that the positioning of the baby is correct. Like I earlier said, if your baby isn't relaxed or in well positioned, they're going to be, just eager to leave. So make sure to position your baby rightly, and when they breastfeed, so they're not uncomfortable and just yawning and eager to leave. Another thing you can do to facilitate effective feeding is to make sure that your baby is fully awake. If your baby just wakes up, or you probably woke your baby up to feed, right? Make sure you wipe them down with change their diaper, dress them down a bit, because a cozy baby is just going to want to sleep also. If they are wearing all the nighty stuff that has them all cozy, you can zip them down a bit, then change their diapers and wipe them down with a wet wipe. That way they are like shocked into reality. Right. So the other thing that you can do, the fifth thing that you can do to increase your breast milk supply, is to avoid supplementation. This is no judgments for anybody that wants to supplement, but if you're breastfeeding and intend to breastfeed for long, and you've noticed that your breast milk supply is reducing, and you've started just giving supplementation, this is something you definitely want to look into. You might release it, or you might withdraw it totally. And closely followed is anything that can distract the baby from drinking the breast. Also removing pacifier. You don't want the baby to be distracted. You want the baby to nurse once they are hungry. There's no point to give a baby that is hungry a pacifier. Just bring the baby and let them enjoy this small time that they have. The sixth thing, which should actually be the first, is to take care of yourself, guys. I don't think women actually are ever mentally prepared enough, especially the first time moms. Nobody tells you what you're about to experience as a mom, as a nursing mom, because I think we see it a lot, and we think, okay, is it not just to put the nipple in the baby's mouth? I wish, if wishes were horses. So nobody actually tells you how tasking being a new mom is, how draining the first few weeks and months are. So you just go heading right on, and you're all happy from the hospital, and now you have a whole baby to take care of, and you forget to take care of yourself. Please take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. I know it's not easy. I know it's like what's it called? Because no, preaching to a choir, preaching to a church. I know. As a first time mom, I would literally be so angry. Anyone that'll tell me, okay, sleep when the baby sleep, blah blah blah. Not so. But you cannot overestimate this, guys. See, that 10 minutes, that 20 minutes in between the baby napping, take it for yourself. Go and soak, go and take a hot shower, go and drink a lot of water, just listen to your favorite music, sleep if you can, whatever that would make you feel relieved, no matter how little time that is. Take it. So this includes sleeping, guys. As a new mom, sleep as much as you can. Being well rested goes a long way to produce milk. And there's also this thing about staying active, guys. Please stay active as much as you can, because all those things trickles down to you being healthy and you being able to produce enough. Because there's this thing called homeostasis. I hope I'm pronouncing it well. So it's literally a concept where your body focuses on more important things in your body as opposed to the less. Let me give you an instance. So if you're sweating profusely and you're bleeding, maybe you have an open wound and you're bleeding from the wound, your body does not care that you are sweating at that time, right? Your body would employ and deploy every arsenal it has to stop the bleeding and save your life. That is how it is with when you're nursing or being stressed and you're wanting your body to produce breast milk. Like your body's like it's just nothing concern your body and breast milk. So you definitely need to take care of yourself properly, so that your body doesn't have to choose between using the small nutrients that is left from you being malnourished and breastfeeding, because that you don't stand any chance. Your body is going to obviously pick keeping you alive to producing breast milk. Rest, eat, drink a lot of water, guys. I can't overemphasize this, because breast milk is 80% water. So if you're not drinking enough water, what do you want your body to do? it's a no-brainer, because even the contents of the breast milk runs in water, and breast milk is 80% water. My first child, I was very into it, you know, as the first time mom now, all the gra, I was taking at least 4 liters of water. Yes, literally my breast milk came in before the baby. That was how good it was. I was taking a lot of water. Definitely consider or look into taking a lot of water if you're not the kind of person that loves to chunk down water. So definitely rest, drink a lot of water, eat healthy food, proteins, carbs. This is not the time to be so conscious about, you know, weight loss. This is not the time. The 7th tip, and I think I also experienced that this works, is to eat lactation friendly food or fruits. So at some point I noticed a decrease in my supply, and I had to do some research, and I found that there were some things that were indicated. Some of these things are not scientifically proven. So let me ask you guys, before orange was scientifically proven to eat vitamin C, did it stop it from giving vitamin C to people that were eating it regardless? Oh, I know it, right? So some of these are not scientifically proven, but it's just indicated, right? So you can look into foods and fruits, foods like fenugreek, oatmeal, garlic, nuts, brewers yeast, right? Lactation cookie. And guys, don't even go for a particular brand, any cookie at all, from my experience, because I had during then I heard about lactation cookie, and you know, I just went and bought any regular cookie and I ate it, and yes, I did notice an increase in my breast milk. So definitely check out any or as much as you can all those foods. The good news is these are natural things that people use on a daily. It's not going to cause you any bodily harm. Eating oatmeal, eating garlic, eating nuts, just all part of eating healthy. So just definitely try them and see if it works for you, because it definitely did work for me. The 8th thing, guys, and I'm saying it now as a way to increase breast milk, but when I was suffering, I did not know. The 8th thing is taking hot showers or soaking in the tub. Guys, with my first baby, I had so much breast milk. I was often very engorged, and I did not know what was causing it. I did not know. I had no idea, and I was so desperate to relieve myself, and I would carry myself and go and take a hot shower or go and soak in it up, all in the means to, you know, reduce the engorgement and be relieved. And I will come out and it will be like 3 times, like literal frying pan to fire. Hey, you see me now using it to share the gospel. Amen. So definitely do that. It worked for me. Like apparently there's something about the steam and the heat, how it helps to like really just make your breast flow. There were days I would literally still be in the shower and the taps of heaven would open up. So definitely try this. It doesn't hurt, right? If it doesn't work, you just suck in taking a relaxing time out and a bath for yourself. So definitely look into it. The 9th thing, and I think it's something that is very, very controversial, and you know, something that a lot of you guys might have heard growing up, is like to take a little sip of wine or anything that has a little bit of alcohol. I'm sure, like, I don't know about everybody, but growing up in Nigeria, you hear people say, oh, you want your milk to run, take a little, of course, no Guinness, I mean, no stout or whatever, right? I didn't actually try to experiment this. It's just something I noticed, like when I would drink socially, like okay, my husband and I were having a really good nice time out, and I'll be like, something changed. Am I encouraging you guys to go and now drink and fall on the road and be crazy? No, but it's just me sharing some of the things that I experienced, and this is obviously part of it. So it's something that you have the liberties to try or not try, but I have to put it out there. Before you even consider this, please make sure that you've pumped enough breast milk for your baby, because it's not advised to just drink and breastfeed your baby. Don't feed a baby just alcohol-laced milk. I do not advise it. The doctor advised me whenever I took any volume of alcohol to wait at least an hour for it to leave my system. So you don't want to just take alcohol, whether socially or for whatever, and you're breastfeeding your baby immediately. That's not right. It's not healthy. So whenever you do that, always make sure to wait hours. So the best things you can do is to pump and keep, in case of emergency. These babies are always trying to suck breasts. The 10th thing, and I think is one of the most important things, guys, and I swear by it, I swear strictly by it, is pumping. Right, so this is mostly how I was able to pump so so much breast milk. I'm going to be generous and kind if I say I didn't pump up to 90,000 ml. I just want to be humble, make a note to talk. But I know that I was literally up there because I was producing a lot of milk. So usually I would power pump. Right? Power pumping is usually when you pump for an hour intensively. So how I do it, I pump after the baby has nursed in the morning and at night, because I was pumping twice a day, you know. After a baby must have fully nursed, because the idea is you want your body to get the message that you want more milk. See, I know you're producing it, or double it. So you don't want to have a full breast milk while you're pumping. You want to have extracted all that your body feels that it has done and still go further to tell your body to produce more, right? So after your baby have nursed for like fully the full session, you now bring your breast pump and you pump for an hour after the baby feeds well. So you pump for 20 minutes and you rest for 10. Then you pump for 10 minutes and you rest for 10. Then you pump for 10 minutes, then you rest for 10. And that's that. So that was how I was pumping. I was doing this twice a day. And I'm in the US, so here your insurance should be able to give you a pump, breast milk. So definitely look into reaching out to your insurance and getting a breast pump, right? I can also do a review of the 2 different kinds of breast pump that I've used. So if this is something you want to see, please leave a comment in the comment section and I'll definitely get a video out. Yes, so these are all the things that I did, and please, I like to make this very interactive. If you're mom and you've done other things that have worked for you and that you swear by, please kindly leave it in the comment section. We learn every day, nobody knows it all. Kindly and respectfully, English is hard. Kindly and respectfully leave it down in the comment section and we can learn, right? So thank you so much for watching this video. And again, let me remind you, let me beg. It's beg, I beg. I'm not proud. I'm not priding. Please take out your time and subscribe to this channel. I know you like me, right? And so we can, be a part of this young YouTubers channel. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you in my next video. God bless you and bye.